went to my first singles event last night, and it's come to my attention that you guys all want to know what that event was, and it's a lot better than online dating, let me tell you. Even if it's just because you left your house and like socialized and got used to like conversations with people in real life, because online dating is nothing like that, and you may never even meet that person, and it's just like such low effort and frustrating.
Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's discussion, we're looking at a recent report highlighted by Man Guides that focuses on singles events in Boston and the conversations they're sparking online. A number of attendees and commentators have been sharing their perspectives on why many of these social mixers are seeing noticeably different turnout between men and women.
Nothing is more humbling than getting all dressed up and then having to drive a Nissan Altima. Like getting down into a low car to drive in your heels, and it actually makes me want to Uber.
What's surprising is the confidence behind posts like this. The creator seems convinced it's something people will find interesting, yet many viewers are left asking what the point was. It's the kind of clip that quickly sparks reactions online, with plenty of people questioning why it was uploaded at all.
Singles event here in Boston. It was at South Boston at a virtual golf place, and the event itself was great. The people that ran it were amazing, and the organization was great. You got a drink ticket, you got to play golf for a few hours and also mingle with the other singles there. I've been to other events similar to this in the city, both speed dating and then also other mixer type events, and I feel like the takeaways have been the same, and that I've met so many great, amazing, beautiful, successful women at these events, but there's not really great guys attending these events.
80% women. And I was like, I'm gonna go now.
She walked into a singles event that was 90% women and it caught her off guard. That ratio is the whole answer that she's stepping around here.
We just left the event.
So bad.
I think we were just saying that we think that we've actually hit rock bottom.
No, it was actually
We think we've actually hit rock bottom, and I think we were either punked, catfished,
like
or
it felt like a sick joke. I was like literally thinking to myself, like, why am I like how?
She entered a singles gathering expecting a balanced mix of people, but the reality surprised her almost immediately. Nearly everyone there was female, creating an atmosphere she hadn't anticipated. That overwhelming difference in attendance explains much of what she's trying to describe, even if she never directly says it. Sometimes the numbers in the room reveal more than words ever could, making the situation easy to understand once you notice who actually showed up.
Look at what's going on. When you're going out to clubs, single events, there's not going to be a lot of men there. Okay? It's going to be a lot of women. All right? We were lied to. Our aunties, mamas, they lied to us. They said we had tons of time. They said we could do whatever we wanted to do, get your career and do this thing. And look what's happening. Look at these single events being all women. And it's probably not going to be the top of the pop crowd that the men are looking for. They're not looking for a lot of single, bitter women. Okay? So I want you to think about that. When you're sitting there being picky and saying what you won't do, and how you won't be submissive, and how you won't do this if they don't do this, if they're not this tall, if they don't make this amount of money, these are your options. These are your options. And this is why I do this. This is why I do this on my platform, because I'm trying to get women to understand this is what's going on. This is reality. Showing up to singles events and it being 90% women. This is what's going to go on. You get what's left. Okay?
There's always an exception to every rule, but that is not the rule. That is an outlier. And for me, I just can't bring myself to do it. Honestly, I just can't see myself doing the whole, all right, here you're on a date with this person for 5 minutes and then you're on a date with the next person for 5 minutes. I don't know. I don't even know if that's how it really happens. I don't know if that's just a movie thing or if that's really how it works. How does it work? I will say though, my friend did go to a singles event and she said that she literally went there just so she can get comfortable talking to men because she was so introverted. She said, I wasn't going there looking for a man. I was just going there to get comfortable speaking to men. I'm like, girl, okay. I think if you're going there, one, for that or for a plot or really to just, get into the dating world, fine. But I think if women are going there like expecting to find their husband, lower the expectations. But yeah, I think if you are actually actively looking for a partner and you're like, man, the men's are not at the single event, they're not gonna be there, girls. Especially the men's you're looking for, they're not gonna be there. Go to the places men's want to be, okay? Go to the bars, go to the sporting event.
Her honest observation sparked plenty of discussion online. Some people found the situation ironic, while others saw it as a reminder that life doesn't always unfold according to the plans or expectations society promotes. The conversation has become less about blame and more about how different choices can lead to surprising outcomes.
Truly believing that I was being like sexy and mysterious at a singles event, only for a guy to approach me and ask, are you okay, with genuine concern. And then I panicked because I was like, something about my face must imply that I'm not okay. So I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm just looking for my roommate. So then he was like, what does your roommate look like? And then he tracked down my roommate and delivered me to him as if I was a lost child at a grocery store. And then he just walked away. Like, he wasn't there to be in love with me. He was just there to make sure that I got home okay. And I did. So
we were just having general chit chat for about a minute and a half. And then I just asked her, I said, hey, how are you finding your first event at this singles event? And she goes, are you serious? Do you not hear what I said? I said, sorry, what? And she goes, you clearly don't listen to people. I told you how many times I've been to these events. And I said, oh, sorry, look, it's been a long day. And she goes, no, you're just clearly not a very observational type of person. And my client looked at me and he's like, bro, what fucking hole did this girl crawl out of? And I looked at him, I'm like, it's okay, just leave it. So I laughed it off. And I said, that's okay. Look, it's been a long day. I guess that's a strike, one strike against my name. And she goes, no, you've just got a big strike against you as a person. I was like, wow. Like, you just want to keep pouring salt on that wound. My client was just like, bro, this is why I choose not to go out and try and meet women anymore, especially here in Melbourne. And so, I changed the topic. And I'm like, so what have you noticed tonight? How are you finding things? And she just turned it back to me and goes, I don't know. What are you noticing? And I was like, man, this girl has...
What really stands out is the expectation that everyone around them should be completely invested in each update. Watching these moments unfold can be surprising because they often turn ordinary situations into something that feels far bigger than it actually is. It's an interesting reminder of how easily everyday conversations can become unnecessarily theatrical.
Notice a lot of guys, they come here by themselves and they're usually socially anxious. I can tell because they're a bit shy. They're not really initiating conversations. And she goes, well, why don't you go talk to them than be so judgmental? And I looked at her and man, I was so tempted to just say, what the fuck is your problem? Like, it's clearly very clear why you're single. I wanted to fucking say that, but I just looked at my client and I wanted to be a good example and I just laughed it off and I said, you know what? And then we just turned around and I said, yeah. He goes, bro, what the fuck was that? And I said, yeah, just ignore it. It's 1 out of every 10 that you'll get a bad egg like that. Just 1 out of 10. It's a law of average. So my message to people when they come to these events, whether you have a shitty day or whether your life is just fucking shitty right now, don't come to these events trying to pull people down. You got to understand, both men and women are come to these events because they're socially anxious. A lot of the times they come by themselves and they're out there to meet people. And if someone's coming in with the attitude to just try and fucking unleash thunder and unleash shit because they've had a shitty day, man, just stay home. Don't even come out at all. That's my fucking
The commentary goes on to suggest that meaningful connections usually require interest and effort from both sides. It argues that people are more likely to pursue a relationship when they feel there is genuine compatibility, mutual respect, and a clear reason to invest their time and energy. Rather than placing all the blame on one group, the discussion encourages looking at what both individuals bring into the relationship and why strong connections develop in the first place.
Black men especially, please answer me this. Why is it that many of y'all refuse to go to curated dating events? I'm talking about events where the vibes are already set, the ambiance is right, the music is good, the drinks are flowing. You're basically guaranteed to meet somebody who's actually interested in you and is serious about dating. You're pretty much set. Is it that dating events like this require a certain type of intention and vulnerability, and the patriarchy taught you that pursuing connection with effort somehow makes you less masculine or something? Because the patriarchy told y'all that you're supposed to just stumble into love and not actually prepare for it? Because we see how that's—
I've been seeing a lot of singles events actually for the past year now. And ladies, I really don't feel like you're going to find your next Prince Charming, suitable bachelor man there. And I say that because every time I see these videos, I just see like fair women. And it sucks because I actually considered going to one day, and then I thought to myself, I don't even feel comfortable going to these things. Simply because you never know what you're going to get. And I feel like people do the craziest things when they are desperate. I think they should change the name from singles events more to like a social event. So there's not the pressure of you going there thinking that, okay, everyone's here to find a mate. On top of that, I just don't see that a guy that is confident, secure, and fully capable of approaching women going here. Simply because they can just do it on their own. Like they just approach women on the street. Which means why would somebody that is fully confident and capable of doing it on their own go somewhere and pay to do it? So ladies, I don't think—
Supporters usually describe these gatherings as enjoyable opportunities to meet new people and have conversations in a relaxed setting. Critics, however, argue that while the social atmosphere may be entertaining, the events don't always lead to meaningful long-term relationships. Because of that, some wonder whether the time and effort invested truly deliver the results many attendees expect.
My first singles event last night, and it's come to my attention that you guys all want to know what that event was, and it's a lot better than online dating, let me tell you. Even if it's just because you left your house and like socialized and got used to like conversations with people in real life, because online dating is nothing like that, and you may never even meet that person, and it's just like such low effort and frustrating. So the company is called Thursdays, and they are a worldwide company. I think I found it from ChatGPT. I was like, where can a girl go dating with intention that isn't like going out? I'm not trying to go out to the bar on the weekend. I'm old now, and I don't want a man that's doing that either. I'm not trying to date a partier. So that gets confusing. Unless you are like set up from a friend and you hit it off, like it's hard to meet people. So I will try and find the Thursdays social media and tag them, but they have events all over the world. It's not just San Diego. And they have another event in San Diego in like a couple weeks. And they have one in New York soon. You can like check their website to see what city you're in and check to see when their next event is.
By now, I am certain you've heard about the viral video where a woman talks about an epic fail at a Dallas singles event. Her complaint was that no men were there per usual. My opinion on the situation is this. Ladies, didn't you guys ask us to stop harassing you? Didn't you ask us to not talk to you, to not bother you? Remember, masculinity is toxic. Remember, the future is feminine, or female, excuse me, right? Girl power and girl math and girl bossing and all of the other shit that you guys talked about, right? Why in the world are you throwing singles mixers? Why in the world are you throwing singles mixers where you hoping that men will show up? I don't understand that. The logic isn't computing. And then for those of you say, well, us telling you guys to leave us alone is just a cheap cop-out for you guys actually leaving us alone. And I'm like, you damned if you do, damned if you don't. Most men understand the truth. And the truth is that women have been exposed. We know the game now. Most of us are aware of how limited amount of women who are actually selfless, who are actually quality, who are actually wifey material. This is why the Bible tells you in Proverbs 31 that to find a wife is a good thing, suggesting that she was already a wife when you found her. The problem is most of these women, especially the women showing up at singles events, are not wifey material. Now, they may claim to be wifey material. Oh, I cook, I clean, I got my own place, I got my own car. But sis, at the big age that you are at right now, how did you make it this far in life without somebody wifing you up? If you were really as quality as you say that you are, if you're really as the package that you're offering, if you're really that, then why are you still by yourself? Why are you even showing up at singles mixers? Don't you understand that's low-hanging fruit? Quality men don't show up to singles mixers. One, because think about as a man how low on the totem pole you'd have to be and how desperate you'd have to be to show up at a singles event. Or the only other reason why a man with half of a backbone and some self-dignity and respect would show up to a singles mixer is so that he can prey on the desperation of all of the desperate women that are there in attendance. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you're at a singles mixer, it is what it is. Because people who can get people, and when I mean people who can get people, I mean men or women who can garner the attention of the opposite sex, have no need to show up at singles mixers or singles events. We actually just know how to be dope in real life, how to be a vibe in real life. And unfortunately, most women just aren't great people. They're not great people to hang around. They're not great people to talk to. They're not great people to have in your circle. In fact, most of them present themselves as liabilities, headaches, and bills. And fellas, if you know like I know, why the fuck would you intentionally set yourself up for that? And that's not even coupling the children the women that have children. And then you want to go and sign yourself up for a headache and a bill, plus a kid that you didn't make. Nothing about that makes sense. Nothing. Now, this isn't to be disrespectful to the women out there. Sis, you go do you. I wish y'all all well. I hope you are all successful. I hope you get that bag. I hope you got all the money in the world. I hope that money keeps you warm at night. But sis, you created this shit. Now, you made the bed, lay in it. That's just my opinion, though. Love to know yours. Drop a like, comment, share.
Dude's point here is that people who can actually attract significant others do not need a mixer for it. And obviously the women are very upset about it because chads are not actually attending these things. Obviously the reason why is simply because they do not need to. If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the members area link below in the video description. Otherwise, make sure to click on one of these videos on screen now if you enjoyed. Make sure you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.